Okay, so I would like to start with function. Let's suppose someone joined. Yashwant. Hi, Yashwant.
Hi. Yeah, please.
Okay, so regarding inbuilt functions, guys, I would like to start with few fundamental inbuilt functions. Like we will be using uppercase and lowercase function. Like how to convert your string into uppercase and lowercase. First of all, so for example, I take one string, um, strng, any string, okay, and I take this is a Python session. All right, this is one string we have. In case if I want to print this in uppercase, this very simple method is print strng dot. Even if you want to convert this to uppercase, then upper, and then it's close and starting close its parenthesis, print strng dot lower, and here you will see, let's add it, add some string here. Okay, this is lowercase. Okay, let's execute this one quickly, and you will see here in first outcome it has converted all your complete your string characters into uppercase, and in second outcome it is showing all in lowercase. In similar way, let's have two more quick inbuilt functions. We are used to of using split as well a lot. Split in built method of function. Let me comment this out. Okay, second one is same. Let's suppose I have same string. I will play with the same string here as well, guys, for your understanding. And I want to split this. Let's suppose with space. So, or if you want to split with comma is also okay. So we need to do it this way. This string dot split. And like how do you want to split? Let's suppose I want to split from comma. Okay. Then so once we split this now, what it does basically, it basically breaks the complete string into two sections. First section, and it will transfer that to a list. So first section would be part of your zero index, and second section would be part of your first index. In case if you want to break this, for example, by using white character, that is space, then in that case it will accordingly design those many number of indexes. We'll have that example as well. So let's see this first. So A, as I said, A अगर print करते हो तो ये दोनों print करेगा, and let's print this first, and then I'll show you sections as well. But it has converted that into a list. Now it's easy for you because you guys are very well trained in list operations. So go ahead and retrieve whatever you want. Like suppose you want to play with the second index value, or that is 1 actually. So you can accordingly see that. So here is that output. All right. Another example of same. This is very, very important, guys. It gets utilized a lot basically in programming. Now I want to use this I want to split this complete string based upon the white character, and white character is nothing but the space. So I'm transferring it to a b value, b variable, and I want to print this. Print. अब b को अगर हम print करेंगे, so you will see it must have converted this to multiple variables. Okay, so b will be a list and it will show complete string into a multiple variables. Let's execute it. So as you can see, so b is nothing but a list and it has all those variables. All this is a Python and then session. Does this help? In similar way, if you want to replace, let's suppose, then you will use same C replace inbuilt function. Replace means what do you want to replace? Again, like in case in this string, I'll use same string because this is one of the fundamental string what we are using for this example. These examples. So in case if you want to replace, let's suppose this comma, this you want to replace this comma from by a dash, then you can use that. Or if you want to replace, let's suppose this space by a dash, that is also okay. So let's use that. So we have transferred. So what you can do here in this case, simply use string strng. Let's take a new variable c, string dot replace, and as I said, comma भी है और space भी है, कुछ भी use कर सकते हैं. मैं space करता हूँ. You will have better visibility about it. Space. What should be your the value with whom you want to replace? Let's suppose I want to use underscore. So now you see the outcome. Print C. So C would be a list, and then it will show you all those variables. So it is showing you, hi, all this is Python and blah 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 underscore. Understood? It has replaced that basically. Any questions on this? All right. Let's. Please go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, please. Okay. Few more things we can use. Let me comment it out in order to explain one more to you guys. We use a trim as well a lot, guys. And why I'm telling you all these things, these are actually quite, I would say basic inbuilt functions that would get utilized a lot. I would suggest you guys should use at least trim here, uppercase and lowercase in this homework. Okay, and would like to see in your program once we are like reconnecting in next session. Okay, why I'm telling, like if I tell you in this homework or in this particular program, shopping cart program, we are asking user to provide a value. Do you want to buy more? Yes or no? And but we are giving him a direction like he need to enter that character y or n in capital only, in uppercase only. But there is no guarantee user will supply this value in capital letters only, right? He is free to supply this value in lowercase as well. In case if he is supplying this into a lowercase, then my program will not be able to handle it. How would you manage it by programming skills? Then in that case, what you can do, you can convert this particular input to a lowercase, and here you can use lower only, or you can convert this to a uppercase as well. Does this make sense? Should I give you this example demo, or you want to do it by your own?
No, please give me some demo.
Okay, so let me show this to you first, then we'll go back to our inbuilt function session. So okay, let's re-execute this program. First of all, we'll see what is that bug. Okay, I'll show you that bug. This program is working fine logically, guys. There is no issue in logics, but it has some bugs. Let's find out that bug first. Okay, so it is asking us to enter some values. Let's suppose I said कि भाई मुझे मुफ्ती की शर्ट चाहिए, मुफ्ती. And now it is asking me, do you want to buy more? I said yes. Okay, now it is asking me, what do you want to buy? I said I need a Raymond trouser. Right, I entered. Now it is asking me again. If I enter Y this time, but I am entering Y in lowercase, it should not accept that. Okay, so you see, I entered Y, and it, despite of showing me, despite of asking me to enter a new value, it came basically to the next section, and it is showing us the complete cart value. Right? Logically, it was not expected from this program. Correct? I hope you guys are following it. So it's a bug.
Yes.
It's a program bug. Because even though you are asking your program to continue, but it is not continuing, it is showing you the cart value, which is a bug. So how would you handle it? Now the issue is basically SH, this is not a syntax issue as well, guys. It will not show you any error message and all. But this is a bug. Your testers or your end user would find out this bug and would come to you with a complaint. So how would you handle it? The only point is you just need to simply use a inbuilt function here, and that we just discussed. So here you are asking an input from a user where you are asking your user to provide either yes or no value. Then you are taking that value here, you are comparing that value with a predefined character, and that character name is capital Y. So what you can do, whatever user is supplying, convert that to a capital Y, capital character, dot upper. That's all. So now, irrespective of the case user is entering, it will convert that to upper, and it will validate that here. Now re-execute this program, guys. Let me clean this all. Let's re-execute here. Issues. Okay. Again, I will say, हाँ भाई buy करना है. What do you want to buy? I want to buy Puma shoes. Puma, ठीक है, हो गया भाई. What do you want to buy further? This time I'm entering a small letter here, guys. See, even though I entered a small letter, it has accepted the value. That bug has been resolved, and it is asking me, go ahead with your next item. Entry. Now I want to write Mufti. Alright, Mufti की शर्ट भी ऐड हो गई है. I want to add N here. N के साथ मैंने अभी शायद नहीं किया हुआ है, और शायद उसकी जरूरत भी नहीं है. And now you can see the total value of your cart. Does this make sense? I hope you understood the importance of these methods. These are small, but इनका रोल बहुत बड़ा होता है. ठीक है? Okay, great.
Absolutely.
I was actually expecting my students to fix this bug, बल्कि आप लोगों ने मुझसे फिक्स करा दिया. इसमें और भी बग हैं छोटे छोटे, तो वो बग्स को फिल्टर करो आप. But let me get you some hint, guys. What you need to do, use this trim as well. Okay, trim अभी बताया नहीं मैंने आपको. Trim भी use करते हैं. Trim में क्या होता है like in case you do not have, as I always says guys, like you do not have control on your user, right? User can provide any junk value as well. He can provide input in small or capital letters. So but you need to handle those input values within your program by using inbuilt functions or by using error handling. Correct? So for example, यूजर ने y दिया, लेकिन y के साथ एक स्पेस भी दिया उसने, तो स्पेस की हैंडलिंग होनी चाहिए. हम वो कैसे करते हैं हैंडलिंग? दैट फॉर दैट वी यूज ट्रिम. ट्रिमिंग क्या करता है? ये उसके वाइट कैरेक्टर्स को ट्रिम कर देता है, ट्रिमिंग. और ये इसको वैसे तो यहाँ पर स्ट्रिप यूज होता है, लेकिन ट्रिम इज समथिंग इन लेमन टर्म्स वी आर यूज्ड ऑफ कॉलिंग दिस ट्रिम. Well, let's learn it. So let me take one string. क्या लें string का नाम? strng again. Let's go ahead with. I'm just adding a space here, and I'm saying hello everyone. And then I added again some space here. So आप देख रहे हो, I have added some white characters as a prefix and postfix of this particular string, and the string name is hello everyone. If you are supplying this, let me enter it here. Let me print it first. इसको समझते हैं, प्रॉब्लम को समझते हैं. If I'm printing it here, so it will print this particular string along with those white characters. Let's see the problem. देखो, आप देख रहे हो यहाँ पहले भी इसने व्हाइट कैरेक्टर्स ऐड किए हुए हैं, बाद में भी हैं. बाद वाले आप नहीं देख पाओगे ऑफ कोर्स, लेकिन पहले वाले आप देख सकते हो. कुछ है, स्पेस है यहाँ पर. इट इज नॉट स्टार्टिंग वैल्यूज फ्रॉम द जीरो इंडेक्सिंग, करेक्ट? So in order to eliminate, how does this basically break your program? It happens usually, it will start showing you some exceptions. Either you do exception handling or you simply use strip function here. Strip function से आप क्या कर सकते हो? You can simply eliminate these white characters. We call them white characters, guys. You must be observing कि मैं white characters word क्यों use कर रहा हूँ? Because these are space, so we call them white characters. अगर मैं strip use करता हूँ, it will eliminate prefix and postfix, or it will trim this particular string. Let's see. See, first one, the outcome of row number 115 is where we have prefix of few white characters. In second command, which is given at 116, we are trimming. We are using strip function. We are trimming those white characters, and that is why you must be seeing we are starting same outcome from the zero index. Does this help? What you can do, if you want, you can use one more sub function is there. strng dot l के साथ भी होता है. L strip. L strip means लेफ्ट साइड से स्ट्रिप करेगा, लेफ्ट साइड से उसको ट्रिम करेगा. ओके, एक आर भी होता है, बट दैट्स ओके, ठीक है. दीज थिंग्स प्राइमरीली अगर आप स्ट्रिप यूज कर रहे हो, इट विल बेसिकली सेटिस्फाई योर बोथ कंडीशंस. लेफ्ट से भी ट्रिम करता है, राइट से भी ट्रिम करेगा. एनी क्वेश्चंस ऑन दिस?
Can we see this, the result?
हाँ, so results are here. Right. Okay. You want to see the right result as well. Right का आप देख नहीं पाएंगे यहाँ पर, उसके लिए थोड़ी जुगत लगानी होगी. Let me execute right. पहले आपको concatenation करके दिखा देते हैं. Hopefully it should work. Otherwise we'll see again. Let's check it first. Can you see that? Here we have space. I used right strip, and here we have eliminated that. Does this help?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, few more important functions, inbuilt functions. Quickly, I would like to share. आपको सिर्फ इसको ध्यान रखना है. डू नॉट नीड टू वरी कि आपको याद रहेंगे कि नहीं. ध्यान रखना है, बिकॉज इन केस इफ यू आर विलिंग टू डिबग एनी एग्जिस्टिंग प्रोग्राम एंड दे आर यूजिंग सम इनबिल्ट फंक्शंस, डू नॉट गेट कंफ्यूज्ड. दैट्स ऑल. मेन पर्पस ऑफ दीज प्रोग्राम्स आर लाइक टू एंश्योर यू आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग these existing inbuilt functions logic. स्लाइसिंग बहुत यूज होता है. स्लाइसिंग
Can we have any document for these functions, like
yeah.
the work of these functions?
Yeah. So I will be sharing this deck in form of PDF to you all, and I must have explained them in build function because I'm following all these things.
Okay.
Yeah, this is here. Float भी होता है, round भी होता है. Round दिखाता हूँ चलो आपको. स्ट्रिप देखो यहाँ पर है, राइट. रिप्लेस, लोअर, रिप्लेस है, स्प्लिट है, राउंड भी बहुत अच्छा है. राउंड देखते हैं सबसे पहले. राउंड इज मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट. सिंपल है बहुत अच्छा है. राउंड इनबिल्ट. ओके, सो राउंड के लिए हम क्या कर सकते हैं. लेट्स सपोज आई एम टेकिंग ए 1 2 3 4 5 dot 8 6 and I want to round it. Print, very simple. Round, इसको राउंड करना है. एक को कितना करना है, that you need to provide that digit here. Let's suppose till 2 digits you want to run. So it has post decimal, it has 5 digits length. I want to convert that to 2. You go and execute it. Does this help? Okay. और आप इसको 1 करना चाहते हो तो 1 भी कर सकते हो. ओके, अभी मैं एक क्वेश्चन पूछता हूँ इसमें आपको, मुझे बताना. छोटा सा रहेगा. ओके, सो यू कैन सी दैट राउंड. सो उसने it has basically increased this particular digit to 9 because of round function, because it was 9 there. I hope this is pretty much straightforward, right? Questions? Okay, if I put 0 here, what would be the outcome of it? Tell me please. Come on.
It will just give you the number before decimal.
Okay. Anyone else? This is one answer. Anyone else? ये सब कमेंट कर देते हैं. Okay, let's execute it. So let's see the outcome of this. So it will show you actually still decimal points. Now the ask is, राउंड में वो आपके 0 के बाद भी कुछ ना कुछ दिखाता है. I want to convert this to a without decimal point. What should I do? How should I handle this simple ask? Mathematical calculation से बहुत यूज होता है. Please go ahead.
I think INT
बहुत
use
बढ़िया,
करेंगे तो
बहुत बढ़िया. वेरी सिंपल, बस पता होना चाहिए चीज़ों का. दैट्स ऑल. सो इंट यूज करना है, हम इसको कन्वर्ट कर देंगे. सिंपल. इसको भी कर सकते हो, उसको भी कर सकते हो, ऊपर वाले को भी डाल सकते हो, ये भी डाल सकते हो डायरेक्ट, या फिर ये भी कर सकते हो. So now your arithmetic calculation would get done on the integer value where we do not have any decimal values. Very nice. Okay. Any questions so far? एक हम ना स्लाइसिंग का बहुत यूज करते हैं. स्लाइसिंग जब भी आती है, स्लाइसिंग दिखाते हैं. नंबर 6. स्लाइसिंग में बेसिकली हम लोग क्या करते हैं, स्ट्रिंग से वी आर स्लाइसिंग फ्यू कैरेक्टर्स, फ्यू डिजिट्स, फ्यू वैल्यूज एक्चुअली फ्रॉम ए स्ट्रिंग. स्लाइसिंग. ओके, फिर से कोई हम स्ट्रिंग लेते हैं. लेट्स सपोज मैंने लिया strng. Today is Sunday. I want to slice this. I want to pick first five characters of this string. तो उसके लिए हमारे पास स्लाइस हम मेथड तो नहीं होता, इसका एक अप्रोच रहती है, इसका एक वो रहता है. हम लोग इसमें कॉलम्स यूज करते हैं. तो strng ng. Then brackets. I want to slice colon. I want to slice first 5 characters. I will use 5 and then let's print it. So it will show us outcome as today. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters को वो trim करके हमें बताएगा. Not trimming, slice करके बताएगा today. Okay. If you want to slice from the left side, this is left side from the right side. What would you do? You can start it from minus values. That's all. This is also a syntax of slicing. Your minus. अब मैं उठाना चाह रहा हूँ कितना 6, 7, 8 minus 8 डालते हैं. So it will show us only Sunday. Does this help? याद रखना बस इस syntax को याद रखना. Any questions?
आशीष, ये कोलन का क्या मीनिंग होता है?
कॉलन ये हमें बता रहा है कि आपको राइट से पिक करना है कि लेफ्ट से पिक करना है. बेसिकली it is converting that to kind of like it is asking us whether you want to like slice your particular string from which area, from which point. Like it will start from 0, it will go till 5, it will start from -8 and it will go till 0. That's how it goes.
ओके, बट कुछ प्रोग्राम में मैंने देखा है डबल कोलन भी यूज हो रहा है. तो आई कुड नॉट मेक आउट कि वो डबल कोलन क्यों यूज हो रहा है.
ओके, मुझे दिखाना एक बार वो. Then we'll according figure out.
जैसे वो पैलिंड्रोम वाला है ना, फॉर एन एग्जांपल.
हाँ.
तो पैलिंड्रोम वाले उसमें मैंने देखा था कि बहुत यूज हो रहा है डबल कोलन प्रिंट करते वक्त एंड -1. इट इज लाइक वो जो लाइक रिवर्स ऑर्डर में भी अगर जो वर्ड्स हम प्रिंट करते हैं तो सेम प्रिंट होता है ना, वो वाला जो प्रोग्राम है.
ओके,
उसमें डबल कोलन वैसे ही नाउ बिकॉज आई एम ओवर फोन, बट मे बी आई कैन शो यू इन द नेक्स्ट सेशन.
Alright. Okay, so in similar way we have a lot of inbuilt functions, guys, but these are what we just discussed are quite frequent, like would get utilized frequently. Actually, we will see here and there in most of the programs. Okay, let's move on with the next topic. Sure, is this Yashwant, right? Yashwant, you can show that to me next class for sure.
Sure.
Okay, few more things. So हमने last class में we talked about methods, right? And we talked about libraries as well, right? In last class we tried to understand to like how to create your own library. But like if I help you to recall that concept, basically, in case if you have methods and you want to encapsulate or you want to put a good number of or a similar type of methods in a specific library, then you can go ahead with that library. You can create a new file with the name of .py. You can put all your methods in that particular file, and you can import that file in form of a library. This is what the concept of library is. But as I always say, Python is famous in our IT area because of its rich library. हम बहुत सारी लाइब्रेरी इसमें ये बना के देता है. इसकी if I'm talking about specifically, it has scientific library, sentiments को understand करने के लिए एक लाइब्रेरी बना रखी है हम लोगों ने. मशीन लर्निंग स्पेसिफिक लाइब्रेरीज दे है. डेटा साइंस से स्पेसिफिक डेटा को प्ले करने के लिए पांडास लाइब्रेरी बना रखी हैं. So they have already designed a good number of libraries. And because this is open source, guys, Microsoft भी अपनी लाइब्रेरीज बना करके ऐड करता है इनकी मास्टर लाइब्रेरी में. एंड गूगल ने भी अपनी स्पेसिफिक लाइब्रेरीज बना रखी हैं. और वो आप गूगल थोड़ा करना पड़ेगा इन ऑर्डर टू सी द comprehensive list of libraries. वो आपको मैं अलग सेशन में हम डिस्कस कर लेंगे. अदरवाइज यू कैन गूगल दैट. बट I would demonstrate you few common libraries that you must be seeing like in use in few existing programs. Any questions? Go ahead. Give me a minute. I think someone is there actually. I don't. All right. So कुछ है inbuilt libraries. ओके कुछ लाइब्रेरीज हैं जैसे कि रैंडम नंबर्स का बहुत यूज़ होता है इन केस इफ यू आर लाइक वर्किंग ऑन एनी बिग प्रोग्राम where we need to use our inbuilt data, then we use random library as libraries. So what it does, as its name explains itself, like when we are using any library, we can like if we are using random library, by using random library, we can easily generate random numbers in integers as well, in float as well, and in string characters as well, right? So मैं आपको कुछ demonstrate करता हूँ. Import random as RND. Okay. Now, the moment you start writing RND. RND is nothing but a object. Okay. Of this random library. Can you go mute, please? I'm getting some background noise. Okay, so now let's suppose R&D. Then इसका होता है R&D. अगर आप लिखते हो इंटीजर के साथ भी चल सकते हो. मैं चाहता हूँ 1 से लेकर 100 तक. So I'm giving it a range here actually. कि from start point and end point. So it will pick random numbers between these two values, 1 and 100, and then it will show you that any random number as the outcome of this function. So let's execute this. Now let's pass it to some value. A में पास किया मैंने इसको. एक दो प्रिंट कराते हैं. Sorry. Okay. So 17 शो किया, फिर से एग्जीक्यूट करते हैं. 63. Let's re-execute. 82. Or let's execute this in a loop. So you will see its magic. You will understand it better. So for I मैं range में चलाता हूँ. Range में देता हूँ. Let's suppose 10 की range लेते हैं. Column. Now let's see the magic of this. So what I'm doing basically, I'm using this random function, random library again and again, and I'm basically using it's one of the inbuilt function of this library. ये इसका method है जिसमें कि मैंने इसको range दिया है 1 to 100. So within this range, or if you want to increase this to 500, that is also okay, or 1000 based upon your own choice. And if I'm just re-executing it under a loop, so that this particular method would get initialized again and again, and every time you will see a different number, because based upon its nature it should show us random numbers within that range. Let's execute it. So you must be seeing here it has generated random numbers. Okay. This is one, and in similar way, in case if you want to like use some other functions as well. Random अगर यूज करते हो तो उसमें फ्लोटिंग का नंबर जनरेट होता है. Range and int is more or less same. You will not see much difference. अगर मैं इसको चलाता हूँ b में डाल देते हैं इसको, ठीक है, और b को प्रिंट करते हैं अलग से. इसका छोटा चल रहा है. Let's execute it here. B. It's a float. Okay. This has all right. I'll clean it and we execute. So float का भी आप देख रहे हैं और उसका भी देख रहे हैं, int का भी देख रहे हैं, right? Every time it is generating a new number. Now you can put that round function here if you want to use this to set and all that. All you can do. Okay? एक और functions का use, एक और method का use करते हैं. Date and time. पांडा का भी यूज कर सकते हैं अपन. पांडा के लिए हमारे से क्लास. ओके, import random import date time as dt. Now you want to use, let's suppose कि current date time क्या है. So dt dot date time dot now. Good. तो इसका अपना फॉर्मेट है. सो इट इज गिविंग करंट डेट एज वेल एज द टाइम. Okay, so this is basically one of the basic example of import where we are trying to use inbuilt function within which is given in date and time library or date and time class. Any questions on this? We have Panda library as well, guys. I'll prefer to have a separate session for Panda library. Before that, let me explain you classes function. Panda library we usually use for data analytics point of view, जिसमें कि data manipulation associated functions आपको देखने को मिल सकते हैं. Average मिल सकता है उसमें. You will play with the data actually. I'll tell you in a separate class. Okay. Now, any questions so far before we start new topic? All right. Do we have everyone in the call? Oh, someone dropped. All right. So, OOPS stand for object-oriented object-oriented programming system. Okay, what's the meaning of object-oriented programming system? Actually, it's a process or it's a mechanism basically of latest languages where we are using a concept of object. How does this work? Basically, it focuses on using objects and classes. Classes क्या होते हैं? Classes होते हैं, हम layman terms में समझते हैं. हमने सबसे पहले concept सीखा. in order to explain this to you in a easiest way. Okay. हमने सबसे पहले कमांड देनी स्टार्ट किया, राइट? कमांड हम दे रहे हैं. हमने दिया प्रिंट, पी कैपिटल नहीं होता कभी भी, प्रिंट टेस्ट और वट एवर यू वॉन्ट टू डू. ठीक है. सो इट्स योर सीक्वेंशियल कमांड दैट यू आर आस्किंग Python interpreter to execute. Okay. Now, as soon as you started working on density, you started going in the density of programming. We started writing multiple line of code. We started providing multiple commands, right? जैसे कि हमने बोला कि भाई 4 के साथ दिया हमने 4 I range, हमने रेंज दिया उसको 10, हमने कॉलन लगाया और whatever syntax we had. And then we started यहाँ पर चलते हैं. Wait a minute. नेक्स्ट रो में कैसे आते हैं इसमें यार? ऑल्ट एंटर होता था. ओके. सो एनीवेज मैं यहाँ पे लिखता हूँ रेंज, और यहाँ पर हम रेंज के बाद लिखते थे लेट्स सपोज प्रिंट आई. ठीक है. और ये हमारा 2 लाइन ऑफ कोड हुआ, करेक्ट? देन वी हैव 2 लाइन ऑफ कोड, 2 कमांड्स. लेमन टर्म्स में अगर हम इसको समझने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, दिस इज 2 लाइन और 3 लाइन ऑफ कोड, 2 लाइन ऑफ कोड. ओके. सिंगल लाइन ऑफ कोड. ओके. कमांड हमने दी है, एक ही कमांड दी है यहाँ पर. देन वी हैव 2 कमांड्स. नाउ लेटर ऑन वी लर्न कि वी कैन, इन केस इफ वी हैव a big number of commands, let's suppose n line of code, we can encapsulate them into functions. ठीक है. हमने functions के बनाने सीखे. Here we can add n line of code, right? N number of line of code. I hope you guys are understanding. Stop me if you are getting confused.
No.
Clear na? Then I told you, in case if you have multiple functions, then you can convert that to a library, right? Multiple functions. हम अभी सिंटैक्स की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं यहाँ पर. वैसे फंक्शंस में हम सिंटैक्स यूज करते हैं डेफ, राइट? और उसका नेम होता है और फिर उसका कॉलन होता है, उसकी बॉडी होती है. सो वी आर जस्ट अंडरस्टैंडिंग द कंसेप्ट ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर प्रोग्रामिंग गाइस. कैसे कैसे उसने अपने आप को ब्यूटीफाई किया. सो सबसे पहले हमने एक लाइन का कोड लर्न करना सीखा. उसके बाद हमने मल्टीपल लाइन्स ऑफ कोड को स्टार्ट किया. जब हमारी लाइन ऑफ कोड बढ़ने लगे, देन वी स्टार्टेड एनकैप्सुलेटिंग देम इन ए फंक्शन. ठीक है. हमने उनको फंक्शंस और मेथड के अंदर एनकैप्सुलेट किया. जब when we started designing multiple functions, then we learned a new concept of library. हमने उसको import करना शुरू किया. ठीक है. अभी यहाँ पर मैं लिख देता हूँ, we can import library where we have multiple number of functions. Now, in case if you have, let's suppose you want to divide, you have a big number of functions and you want to divide your functions based upon their own attributes. तो आप क्लासेस का यूज कर सकते हो. क्लासेस क्या बोलता है? A class can have similar types of functions, right? And when we have multiple classes, then we can encapsulate or we can convert them to a library. We can convert them to a library. Okay, अगर मेरे पास let's suppose I have 20 functions and those 20 functions are helping me to satisfy a condition, right? So what I will do in order to avoid any confusion or ambiguity in my program, I would group them कि भाई जितने भी कैलकुलेशन वाले फंक्शंस हैं उनको मैंने एक ग्रुप में कन्वर्ट कर दिया and then I will give a name to that group and that would be nothing but a class. So it means a class is having a group of methods which is performing similar kind of operations. In other way, a similar type of functions can be encapsulated easily in a class. Basically class का जो method जो use होता है वो आपके programming को structure way में define करने के लिए किया जाता है. I hope you guys are following me. I'll demonstrate you few examples. अभी समझ आया classes क्या होते हैं? Okay. Once a class is defined, then we can call that class by using its object. जैसे कि so far we must have seen, in case if we are calling your library, then we are calling that library directly. You can definitely start or you can definitely start using your library with the name as well. But there is another way. If you want, you can call or you can define a object of your library, and you can, by using that object, you can start using those inbuilt functions. In similar way, once your class is ready, you can start using that class by using its object. I'll show you that now. Any questions so far regarding definition? Yes, no? Bolo? Okay. I hope you guys are following me. Alright, so I will write a simple method. First of all, basic से चलते हैं जो हमने अभी तक सीखा है. कई बार we have executed this many times, guys, and I will convert the same thing to a class. तो सबसे पहले हम बनाते हैं sum. Sum में हम क्या करते हैं? A लिया, B हमने दो variables लिए, column लिया. These are the syntax. Everybody knows this. Nothing, no magic here. So C, A plus B, and then we are printing C. Okay, we did it lots of times so far. I will create one more function here, guys. बनाऊंगा 3-4 बना लेते हैं, 3 बना लेते हैं, 4. Okay, so second one is let's suppose multiplication. So multiply A, multiply B. I hope you guys are following. Stop me in case if you are getting confused somewhere, please. Subtraction करते हैं, subtraction minus को. Now if I want to execute this, how would I execute it, guys? I will simply write sum, okay, and will use 2 parameters or arguments, A और B. मैंने दिया भाई यहाँ पर 20 और यहाँ पर दिया मैंने 10, और मैं आ जाता हूँ इसको एग्जीक्यूट करूँगा. देन इट विल शो अस आउटकम ऑफ इट 30. वेरी सिंपल. इन केस आई वांट टू कॉल, बहुत बात कर चुके हैं कि आशीष ये कर करके बोर हो गए. ओके, 10 फिर से मैं 10 को कर रहा हूँ, फिर से 10 को कर रहा हूँ, फिर से एक और बार मैं कर रहा हूँ सब्सट्रैक्शन को भी 20 10 और मैं इसको एग्जीक्यूट कर रहा हूँ. Then it will show you 3 outcomes. Save here, save it first. So it is showing you all these 3 operations, right? Now, because as I said, when you have multiple similar type of functions, because all these 3 functions are helping you to perform some arithmetic operations, better to encapsulate them in a class. और आप इसको लाइब्रेरी में भी बदल सकते हो. लाइब्रेरी पे हम बाद में चलेंगे, फिर से चलेंगे दोबारा, बट पहले क्लास समझते हैं. So if I want to convert this to a class, then there is a syntax. And the syntax is, let's suppose, because all these operations are associated with arithmetic calculation. हम calculator बना रहे हैं या कुछ भी आप नाम दे दो उसको. Class would be syntax of it arithmetic. Arithmetic. कहाँ हूँ? And then colon. And then you properly use indentation here. And but here, the moment you use its syntax is you will have to use a self keyword as well. Self keyword is nothing but it defines the instance of that class. कि भाई self हो रहा है तो आप एक instance generate कर रहा है. इसका importance पता चलेगा, but this is kind of a syntax we have. Okay. Now we have converted, it means now you have encapsulated your three methods into a class. Arithmetic operations के लिए हमने इसको बनाया. Arithmetic underscore operations. Alright, arithmetic operations हमने एक class लिया, उसके अंदर हमने sum, multiplication, subtract. If you want to add further, you can definitely add those division, etc., average, etc., whatever you want. But I'm in this demonstration, I'm using only three methods. Now, if you are going to use this particular class, then the syntax would be, so here you define the class. So I'm writing define the class. Now call the class. Okay, how would you call? Calling is very, very simple. You simply need to use the object name. Arithmetic operation है तो मैं A लिख देता हूँ equals to arithmetic operations start and state parenthesis इसको आपको लेने होंगे. This is also a syntax. Now it means what are you asking? You have created one object of this class by using, despite of writing arithmetic operation, by using this particular object name, you would be accessible to all these functions. जैसे मैं अगर यहाँ लेता हूँ AO dot, देखो it will automatically show you all those functions. Subs दिखा रहा है, sum you are able to see, multiplication is also visible here. And if you click on any one of them, then you can see like it is showing you the arguments as well, A and B. What do you want to perform? A and 10, now 30 and 10. And then let's execute it. देखो ये दोनों अब एक्सेसिबल नहीं है, सम भी नहीं होना चाहिए. पहले इसको एक्सिक्यूट करते हैं. 300. So the same operation is happening now by using the classes. The only point is you are basically writing your code more in a structured way. Does this help, guys? Did you understand the importance of class? In this is most basic example. Hello? Team, are you following me? Okay, cool. So if you want, if you want to retrieve any other function, then it is very simple because you have defined its object. You can simply use that object AO dot sum. ठीक है, जो उसमें दिखाएगा वो आपको 40, 60. Let's execute it. So it will show you sum as well. And 100, sum of this is 40, 60, 100. Now, whatever you learned so far, right? You learned about returning, you learned about passing multiple types of arguments. हमने सीखा था ना, अगर in case if you are using asterisk in arguments, then it will consider that argument or parameter as a list. You can still use all those operations, whatever you learned so far. You can continue using all those approaches here as well, guys. Okay, and that is something we will learn in next class. But let me get you one more
That is
example.
called class or library, right?
Correct. This is class. This is class.
Class. Okay.
Yeah. What we will do, we will go in density of this topic. It usually takes 2 days, guys. And Anuj is also not here. I really want you all three to sit with me for complete class discussion. So once we will have multiple classes, then we can convert that to a library. It means you are basically making your library more robust. ठीक है, तो प्रोग्रामिंग में, एक्चुअल प्रोग्रामिंग में यही होता है, वो पूरे प्रोग्राम को, पूरे प्रोजेक्ट को सबसे पहले सिमिलर टाइप ऑफ मेथड्स में कन्वर्ट करते हैं, फिर उन मेथड्स को वो एक सिग्निफिकेंट नेम देते हैं, रिलेवेंट नेम देते हैं, जिससे कि पता चले कि इस मेथड के अंदर, इस पर्टिकुलर क्लास के अंदर ये सब मेथड्स मिलेंगे। जैसे कि मैंने यहाँ दिया अरिथमेटिक ऑपरेशन, सो इट्स नेम बेसिकली एलोबरेट्स इटसेल्फ कि भाई विद इन दिस all like methods would be associated with the arithmetic calculations only. And how to retrieve that, आप उसको कॉमा करके देख सकते हो। यहाँ पे उसके ऑब्जेक्ट को कॉमा करेंगे ना, then you will see all those methods list. So these are the basically standard ways of structuring your programs. इसमें एक कंसेप्ट और होता है, that is also fundamental. Let me quickly share that as well. मैं इसको कमेंट कर रहा हूँ। Any questions on this? Okay.
आशीष, ये इसमें सेल्फ का क्या रोल है वो मैं समझ नहीं पाया।
हाँ, वही, उसी के लिए मैं एक एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ आपको। एक्चुअली अभी के लिए आप ये समझो, वैसे तो ये इसका सिंटैक्स है, विदाउट सेल्फ इट वुड बी डिफिकल्ट फॉर यू, बट लेट मी गेट यू वन एग्जांपल।
तो मुझे क्या समझ में आया कि क्लास के अंदर जो आपने फंक्शन बनाया है, दैट फंक्शन और क्लास के बीच का लिंक क्रिएट करता है क्या?
करेक्ट। ये एक इंस्टेंस होता है बेसिकली, जो क्लास को रेफर कर रहा है विद इन दोज फंक्शंस कि हाँ भाई ये क्लास के वेरिएबल्स हैं, ये क्लास, इस पर्टिकुलर क्लास के मेथड्स हैं। यू आर राइट।
ओके,
सो इसमें एक और हम लेके चलते हैं। मैं इसको कॉपी कर रहा हूँ दोबारा। Okay, this is most easiest way to understand the class. अभी इसके अंदर एक टॉपिक होता है, नॉट टॉपिक, इसके अंदर एक और अप्रोच होती है। यूजुअली यू विल सी अ लॉट दैट इन योर प्रोग्राम्स, एग्जिस्टिंग प्रोग्राम्स, उसके अंदर हम लोग यूज़ करते हैं इनिशिएशन का। बेसिकली वो क्या कर रहा है, उसको हम कंस्ट्रक्टर भी बोलते हैं, लेकिन आप अभी लैंग्वेज के साइड मत जाओ, अभी लेमन टर्म्स में समझो, देन यू कैन कन्वर्ट दैट टू टेक्निकल लैंग्वेज। सो इसके अंदर एक और मेथड बनता है, डेफिनेशन, इनिशियलाइजेशन। ओके, अभी इसको आप पास मत करो, इसमें हम कुछ ना कुछ वैल्यू डालेंगे इसके अंदर हम। तो बेसिकली क्या रहता है, बाय डिफॉल्ट इट टेक्स सेल्फ अगेन इज बेसिकली हेल्पिंग प्रोग्राम टू अंडरस्टैंड लाइक इट इज इंस्टेंस ऑफ दैट क्लास। ऑलराइट, यूजुअली इनिशियलाइजेशन का जो इनिट मेथड होता है, इसमें हम लोग अपने वेरिएबल्स को डिफाइन करते हैं। जैसे कि मैं यहाँ पर ए और बी फिर से लेता हूँ, यहाँ पर जब मैं डिफाइन करूँगा उसको, तो मैं ए और बी के सेल्फ डॉट ए सेल्फ डॉट ए self.b. Now, the moment you define these two variables here, it means you do not need to recall these two variables in your program. Now, across your class body, you can continue use these two variables क्योंकि आपने वो initial level पर define कर दिया है। Okay, so init का use यही होता है, it is basically asking you not to redefine those variables and you can continue use these variables here. मैं इनको self, give me a minute. Okay, so we were talking about self A. So initiation, init से मतलब चल रहा है कि हम initialize कर रहे हैं, initiation कर रहे हैं, और हमने यहाँ पर अपने वेरिएबल्स को initialize बेसिकली, राइट। और जैसे कि सेल्फ ए और बी को अगर मैं यूज कर रहा हूँ तो सेल्फ ए एंड बी यू कैन यूज इन एंटायर योर बॉडी ऑफ दिस। सो अब अगर आप चाहो तो इसके अंदर सीधा भी लिख सकते हो, ये भी कर सकते हो, ये दोनों भी हटा रहा हूँ मैं, इसको शॉर्ट फॉर्म में ओके, मल्टीप्लिकेशन। Okay, let's directly print it. It's more simple now. कुछ करना ही नहीं है, इसी को यूज करता हूँ मैं बार बार। मल्टीप्लिकेशन करना है, चेंज योर ऑपरेटर, माइनस करना है सिंपली, because now you do not need to define those variables. You have initialized that your init class, init method. So minus कर रहे हो, और whatever operation you want to perform accordingly you can update the operator. Sorry. Okay. Now if you want, you don't need to define the variables. By using same variable you will see the output. अभी मैं यहाँ पर सेम AO को ही यूज कर सकता हूँ, डॉट सम, सम को यूज कर रखा है, सब यूज कर रखा है, सब इसको यूज करते हैं। ओके, और अरिथमेटिक ऑपरेशन में यू नीड टू गिव ए वैल्यू हियर। थोड़ा इसको सम ऑफ ए एंड copy and paste. Multiplication. Okay. Did someone join or someone drop?
No, I joined Ashish from my laptop.
Oh, okay. Multiplication हुआ. And then subsection of. You will see. So this is same program that we just learned here above. We are using initialization here, and then we are re-executing it. So you can see the outcome of all these three methods. By using this, we can call any of these functions by using that object. Any questions on this? All right. Do we have Anuj as well in the call?
No.
All right, team. So today I just covered the fundamental of. Started talking about fundamental of classes, but we'll go in deep of it. We'll try to understand the inheritance as well, where in case we have two classes, how can we make a parent and child classes in that. Polymorphism, we will understand. It means we have similar type of functions in another class. Then what's the logic of polymorphism? We will learn a concept of private and public as well. If you want to make your function, inbuilt functions, or given functions as a private or protected, then we will learn that as well. So there are multiple topics that we need to cover. I really want everybody to be part of that session, and I would prefer to have that in next class.